thought we was quite good at places, but I think we need to be better next week when we play Liverpool. I thought it was a bit slack sometimes in some of the passing, but yeah, it was great. I thought we played better performance in some weeks.
Pep Guardiola, that's the fella who's made all my dreams come true and all City fans come true. And as you know, I do a weekly podcast, and obviously I do these Matchday vlogs, and there are times when I look at the team that Pep has selected and I scratch my head and I think, how's that team going to win today? And invariably they do. I don't know how he does it. He's a genius. It's all about the team ethic, just as I have a team who support me. So thanks very much to Edward Mellor, who are auctioneers and estate agents based in Stockport. So a big shout out to them for their support. But there are a team of other people who support what I do as well. But nobody more than this fella and his team who create what we watch every week. This is going to be a tough game, you know, against Bournemouth. They're a very, very good side. I'm looking forward to watching this match, and obviously with Dortmund in the week and then Liverpool next week, it promises to be a big week to be a Manchester City fan. So let's see who I bump into today and see what their views are on this guy, the genius. I was there to see him win all them trophies. I'm so lucky.
I think he's magnificent. Best thing that's ever come to the football club, and no, I never question it. I know I'm very comfortable with what he picks because he knows what's going on from day to day and we don't. And I've said I think to you cheesy once before, at this level everybody has to be super fit. If you're not super fit you won't get into the team because it'll find you out some way or another. So whatever team he picks, yeah, I'm confident. I'm confident with the team he'll pick today that will get 3 points.
What I find amazing is that, and I'm not an expert, right? I hold my hands up, but I look at his team sometimes and I think that's not going to win, and then it wins, and I think, how does this guy do it? What is his magic?
That's it. It's the motivation. It's the trust he's got in all the players, and whether they're playing left full back with the right foot back with the left foot, they'll play for him and they'll mould into the position that he wants them to play. And these are top class footballers. We forget about that. These are players that are playing at the very, very top of the game.
So the collection, the sum of the parts, is better than the individual parts sometimes.
Without a shadow of a doubt. You can't win the game on your own. You have to do it as a unit, and that's what Pep's got. Every team he puts out is a unit, and they all work for each other. And I'm amazed they just know where to go for every ball that's played. It's fantastic to watch. Compared to the times we used to watch years and years ago, you know, I sometimes hear on Twitter, you know, the younger, not maybe the younger element, people having a pop at Pep and say, it's about time he left. He'll leave when he wants to leave. I mean, what he's done for this football club is unbelievable.
I think he's a genius manager. He can't do it anything wrong. I think he won us the 4 Premier Leagues, won us the Champions League, and he's just like that.
So if City don't win today, will you question him at all?
No, because what has he won for us? No, everything that we could win for. So whoever won't Pep out, is clueless. I know everyone has their mind, they're entitled to, but in my mind, he's the right man for his job.
What makes anyone different from anyone else? It's coming up with different ideas, I think, is the main thing. He's a trendsetter. He's like Alisson was back in the day when I played. He was way ahead of his time with his tactics and his setup and how we played and everything. And I think Pep's the same today. So everybody's trying to follow in his footsteps. And now it's turning out that we're all seeming to play the same way.
When you were a player, there must have been times when you questioned the manager's team selection. Me as a fan, even Pep, the great Pep, sometimes I think, has he got this right? But he always does.
The only time I questioned the manager's team selection was when he didn't select me.
Inevitably.
But that was probably down to my wanting to play every week and him getting things right and playing the right team. which I hope Pep is trying to do. Obviously he is. It's difficult trying to keep a talented squad happy. Everybody wants to play, obviously, but you can only play 11. You can only start 11, and then the ones on the sideline have to come on and do their bit when they're needed. So it's a difficult job. I don't envy managers because they can never do right for doing wrong sometimes. It's just all about results, isn't it? If they get the right result, they've made the right decision.
Will they get it today?
Well, I'm hoping so, yeah. It's going to be a tough game, we know that. Bournemouth they remind me of the team we had when I played, when I first started. They play as a team, but they've got one or two people up front who can change games and take chances, and we've just got to be a little bit careful today. But hopefully, if we're playing at our best, we can win today and get 3 points.
My wife's first cousin is Jeff Mostyn, who was the chairman of Bournemouth up to 2 years ago. Prestwich boy, like myself, grew up supporting City. When Bournemouth first came up here, when they got promoted, he goes into the dressing room and the players surround him. Says, Jeff, take off your jacket and your shirt and your tie to make sure you've got a Bournemouth shirt on underneath your shirt and tie. He says, I did luckily, but luckily I didn't have my Man City shirt on underneath my Bournemouth shirt because I would have got lynched. And that is a true story from the man himself, Jeff Mostyn, lovely guy, wife's first cousin.
Does that mean because of your mate and your connection, you have any mixed feelings about today?
No, I want City to win. Even though I've been to Bournemouth a couple of times, in the director's box, watching the game, supporting Bournemouth, but yeah, always City for me.
Well, they do it because Bournemouth are not a bad team.
Good team, Bournemouth. Good side. Should be a good game. I would take 4-2 for City today. 4-2. I'd be quite happy with that.
Well, it's going to be a hard one because Bournemouth are good and they're playing well at the moment. So who knows? Who knows?
I'll tell you the player I really like in their team, that's Semenyo.
Oh yeah,
Such a
belting
talented
player,
isn't
he? Yes, it's lovely to watch him, even if he don't play for us. Yeah, he's a good player.
As a City fan, can you enjoy what the other team do or not?
If they're a good player like Semenyo, yes. Just hope he doesn't score.
Now you're a season ticket holder, but you're also a goalkeeper of some repute. What do you make of Donnarumma then, and how you would compare him to Edison?
Well, Edison was a one-off, I think. You know, he was not only a great goalkeeper, but his distribution was second to none. Some of the passes over the years, unbelievable. Donnarumma, at 26, 27, he seems to have been in the Italian team for so many years. And I just feel a little bit unfortunate for the other guy they've signed, because he probably wasn't expecting he'd be trying to compete for places. Like he probably thought Edison was his last season, and that's it. But Donnarumma, fabulous goalkeeper. Obviously, not as good as Edison on distribution, but who is? You know, there's probably 3 or 4 other goalkeepers in the Premier League what are very good. But I think Donnarumma's more than capable, and this City should adapt a bit to his way of distributing it. Just sometimes forget playing it short.
So you played for your boyhood club, really, I suppose, the team in your hometown. But you're a die-hard Blue. You've always been a die-hard Blue, haven't you?
I have, because I mean, obviously you can't get away from your age. But at 68, I was behind the goal at Newcastle when we won 4-3. You know, and like I look at the players, probably from about 65. You know, your Summerbees and Lee. Yeah, I loved them. I used to go watch them training on occasions. I remember Joe Corrigan, you know, when he was in reserves and stuff, going behind goal and things like that. Yeah, they've always been, but I was fortunate enough to play football. It took me away for about 20 years, and obviously I've been back since.
Your dream would have been to play for City, wouldn't it?
It was. Well, the dream in 1980 came true for, I went on, Joe Corrigan was playing for England at the time, he got called up, and then I went, and I was at Oldham Athletic. City came in, asked if I could go on tour with them to America and Canada, which I did. So I spent just under 3 weeks with them. Malcolm Allison was the manager, Tony Boot was his assistant. That was amazing, but obviously it was just a 3-week stint.
You can still say you're a former City player.
Definitely. Well, not really. Well, maybe, yeah.
Enjoy the game today, John.
Yeah, thanks, Ian. Yeah, cheers.
I thought it was a breathtaking first half. Two teams of the highest quality. Bournemouth were brave. They pressed high early in the game, and it took some real quality to unlock their defence. But when you give a man like Erling Haaland the opportunities, you know what the answer is. He's going to score. He's taken two of the chances. Could have had a hat-trick. They did respond. Whether it was a foul on Donnarumma, Adams got Bournemouth back into the game. I'm sure there's more to come in the second half.
If a team stays high like that, you're always exposed to Erling Haaland, aren't you?
Absolutely, because of his pace. Two of the opportunities have come from him running from deep in his own half, but it's the quality of delivery, particularly from Cherki, that's made the difference.
You know what he reminds me of? I remember when you were scoring every single week and thinking, who scored for Tottenham? Clive Allen. And now it's who scored for City? Erling Haaland. It's the same, isn't it?
Absolutely. You just know if you give this man opportunities, he's going to score. The first one, as soon as he goes clean through, the first time he goes clean through, you know what the answer's going to be. It ends up in the back of the net. Incredible goal scorer.
Quite good at places, but I think we need to be better next week when we play Liverpool. I thought it was a bit slack sometimes in some of the passing, but yeah, it was great. I thought we played better performance in some weeks.
Well, people were looking forward to seeing Cherki playing. He delivered, didn't he?
Yeah, he was all right. Yeah, I thought he had a good game. Yeah, he played well the other night as well. But yeah,
I was a bit surprised that Bournemouth were caught flat, with the two balls over the top.
Yeah, so Haaland took his goals well. And yeah, so we probably could have had a couple more. We know Riley played well as well. Impressed with him, so yeah.
Cheesy, great result. 3-1 against the. Let's give credit to Bournemouth. What a great team they are. Attacking, offensive minded, some great play. Semenya, I would have him in a heartbeat. Full compliments to Bournemouth. As I say, 3 points, great result. But they came here, they attacked from the first minute to the 90th. And it made it open for us so that we could attack them and open them up. That's why Haaland, he had 40 yards to break into to score. But do you know what? Fair play to Bournemouth. Do you know what? They're a great team to watch. If I was a supporter of them, I'd be so happy. But we got 3 points and I'm happy with that. I didn't expect it. Come on, City. City till we died. Come on!
I thought it was a good game actually. They're not a bad side, are they? They're a very good side. I had a feeling we'd win today. If I go off last year, they was doing well at the beginning of the season and they tail off, don't they? So I wasn't too worried about the score today. I actually said 2-1, but 3-1's a brilliant score for us today, so I really enjoyed that.
This is a big week with Dortmund to come and then Liverpool.
It certainly is, and it's good to see that the players are all back well now. Rodri, all the others coming back, so yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think Liverpool, we'll have to do something against them. Dortmund, well, it's UEFA Champions League, so we'll always do well in that, I think. So, yeah, it's good to see everyone coming back, and I think it's just brilliant for us at the moment. We're not there, we're not quite there yet at the moment, like we used to be, but the signs there that saying we could be, and it's really good at the moment. So I'm enjoying it. All these years I've been going, so it's great. It's great.
Right, well this morning I thought the Cherries were going to do cheerio, baby. Well, guess what? I'm happy with that. What a performance. And to see Cherki out there doing what he did to assist. Let's have more of that. But my man of the match was Cherki with his assist. But obviously the goal scorer was going to get that. That was a lot easier than it was in my head this morning. Because this morning I thought second in the league, Bournemouth, playing us. We've not been brilliant at Villa. We weren't. All right, Swansea City, but today the cherries on our cake. Nice Swan City, come on Dortmund, and then come on you Stousers.
It was one of those games where you thought beforehand, they're a good side. I couldn't see us getting a 4 or 5 like we normally get, but we played well and we stuck at it and we got the result we needed.
Does that give you optimism going into the next
Absolutely,
2 games?
yeah, because they're a good side. They're such a good side. They were second for a reason, So yeah, very good.
Football's never played on paper, but on paper that game was a tough one. And I think I agree with many of those who contributed after the game, saying that Bournemouth played very well, very skillfully. And I enjoyed watching that game. Erling Haaland, it proved the difference in the end with his speed and pace and power. I'd love to see him sprinting in the Olympics, wouldn't you? He'd be some machine doing that. Anyway, once again, thanks very much to Timson, who are great supporters of the work that I do, and also to M&M Artwork and Mirrors, another one of the people who support the work that I do, and you, of course, for watching. I really appreciate that. I'll be doing a podcast, of course, and that'll be on Monday evening this week, and I'll be joined by Ian Brightwell, former City player, and Scott Matheson, former referee and City fan. So that'll be interesting, won't it? Because there was a lot of criticism of Anthony Taylor in this game. So look out for that. In the meantime, we count down to Dortmund on Wednesday. Come into the game, I'll see you then. In the meantime, great to be a Blue, isn't it?